managing IT projects is difficult. And there's also frustration involved in this, like managing how do you actually handle when you have an overdue project and you expect it to be done. So I've been a developer for 20 years and worked with a lot of project managers, business experts and developers on trying to deliver integration that work, that make companies able to do the things they wanted easier and simpler. And that's what integration is all about. And I think one of the questions I most often got asked was, here's the requirement, please fix them. And then the question was, so when can this be done? And is this done on Friday? Or this is done on Friday? And that's obviously really challenging, because once you're in the process of doing the development, you sometimes think, well, it's not that difficult, we can do it in 2 minutes or 10 or an hour. And then suddenly you've run into this small bug or small challenge that you have to map this field and it's not anywhere in our context. And you have to figure out, how do we actually solve this? Or you have to fix a bug or something else that just pops in that is more critical, and you need to ensure that it works. And that's the part of doing integration work. The first 20% is pretty simple, but then you got these last 20% that may take 80% of the time just figuring out how to solve all of these cases, like how do you map this specific value, or because we can all map invoice number, that takes 2 seconds, but payee information ID or something like that could be a little more challenging. And that brings me to my new role. I'm now also a product manager and a product manager. We have 2 tools that we are developing, and they're being done in parallel, and it's the same team that is working on both these tools. So we have a tool that enables customers to do PI and CPI development a lot faster, and we have just created a new fix or a new feature in it that enables you to have Git integration. And I would really love to get this to customers so they can see that it works. And yeah, the sooner we can get it, the better. But then the other thing is we also have another product, and this is the Seaburger migration. So if you have Seaburger message mapping, it converts it to a B2B message mapping in a flash. And that is a product that we have developed, and it started out as like a proof of concept. We got some customers on it, and we made a lot of fixes, and it tied it together with a lot of duct tape, and it kind of worked. And we have a lot of customers doing migrations with it, and it really helps them speed up the process. But there are still coming in a few bug requests, and we got a new feature, and our license modeling wasn't really good. So I wanted the developers to start creating it and making it a lot better. And they come up with an idea that we actually create test cases, run them on the existing code, change the code, make it more friendly, and allow us to actually solve the business problems that's there. Run the same test cases again. If they work, we are satisfied. Otherwise, we know where to fix it. But I really like this test-driven approach about we already have something that works. We want to fix it and see how it works see if the same thing works, and then obviously adjust for the rest. So they got that working, and I was hoping that we could get it delivered on last Friday. Now it's Wednesday, and hopefully we can get it out today. Crossing my fingers. But this brings me to the 2 roles that I have right now. So I do have the role as a developer, where basically I have no clue about how to edit this code and what I can do, and if I start doing anything, I'll probably break it. So it's better that I stick to my other role, which is a manager or a product owner of this tool, and let the developers handle these things. But that gives me some alternative. Obviously, I could say, you promised me this on Friday. And maybe it was my deadline, but they kind of got with it. And I could beat them with a shoe to make sure that it worked and we got it delivered. But that will probably cause some consequences on our mappings and our releases and our quality, and that means I would actually ship code to our customers that was not ideal, and we could actually have caught with regression testing. So I'm pretty happy that they went with the solution about creating this test-driven approach to it, setting up test cases, running these things, and make the fixes, make the changes, simplify the code. And because we now have this test-driven approach, it's easier for other developers also to go in and fix the code, and that really simplifies our delivery process, because we can just say, now there's a new bug, fix it, do regression tests. If everything works out, you're good. Otherwise, we obviously need to figure out how do we solve this case. So from a developer or manager perspective, it's not ideal, but it's a lot better because I'm able to deliver code to our customers that really works. And then I guess I don't have to wait with the release of our testing suite. And obviously, as it is summer, there may not be as many customers using it at the moment, so hopefully we are good. But yeah, as it makes our process easier, and that's what I'm really thrilled about, that for the next release that we're doing, we can make it a lot faster. And it really looks stunning compared to what we had before. This test-driven approach, it's not something that we have been used to in the integration world, because it has just been so difficult setting up test cases, running these tests, and make sure that it works still. That is what we have created a tool for called Figaf that actually allow you to take a bunch of test data from your production, take a productive data from your productive system, run them through and ensure that it looks identical as it did before, except the things that you actually know was changed. And that means that your release procedure becomes a lot easier, and it also helps you with documentation, stuff like that. So that really ties into this test-driven approach. It's not just for Java code, but you can also use it for SAP integration, PI, CPI, as a way of making sure that customers are delivering integration a lot faster. So I hope you like this content. If you do, please give me a like. If you have any questions, comments, put them below, or book a session with me and get some of your questions answered. So thanks for listening.